at 4:44 p.m. The first video we're going to show you is from Officer Nicholas Reardon. Officer Reardon was working a one-officer car. He was hired in December of 2019. He's currently assigned to Zone 2, second shift, and he is the officer that discharged his firearm.
Officer exiting the car door, right? A trained officer should already know from the 2 phone calls previously of what's going on already. It's females out here fighting, and it's a possible knife that's in somebody's hand. So when you getting out the police car, you should already have that on your mind. The reason why I'm saying this is because they keep on talking about the taser and the gun. And let me tell you why that don't make sense. Because if a taser is too slow for you to pull in a real situation and you always have to go with your gun because it's faster, why not have a gun that have sandbag pellets in it? Or I might not even be saying it correct, but something other than bullets that can stop somebody. Make it feel like a bullet, but they're not actually shot. Especially when you know that you're dealing with a female situation. You already got backup coming. So if anything go wrong, you got, real guns and all that. But I'm just saying, in certain situations, I really feel like instead of having a taser, you should have a gun on side you that shoot less impactful rounds that can knock somebody out, shock them, do anything besides fatal force. That's all I'm saying. What is a taser in a situation like this? Come on.
Hey. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Hey, get down,
Now, boom.
get down.
Right at that point of what I'm saying, if he would have had that pellet gun or whatever type of bullets instead of brute force bullets, he could have saved both of their lives. So when they say police training, what training are they talking about? Because I don't see no police training that tax dollars going to. I see a police officer arriving on the scene, not knowing what's going on, seeing somebody coming out there swinging with a knife. He panicking as well, and the first thing that come to his mind to stop the threat was to shoot. You couldn't shoot in the leg. Why not? You got a car right there behind you. You got things behind you to where if you miss, you will hit the car. I just really feel like that a lot of these instances where people are getting shot, they can have less impactful rounds, man. I feel like the media is getting over on people because it's like, if I can recognize this stuff, I'm quite sure they can recognize this stuff. And they got degrees. Some of these people done went to Harvard and all this. But instead of them recognizing what I just said, they on TV talking about how Khia Bryant is a criminal. They talking about how I don't know if the guy's her daddy or what, but how the guy was kicking the girl that was on the ground. And I get those things. But what we failing to realize is what could have been used in that situation besides bullets? A lot of things. What's a taser in a situation like that? So in a situation like this, if you only going out for a taser and a gun, man, the police got a lot of training to do. And you mean to tell me you couldn't say, well, man, if I had less impactful rounds, I could have saved both of their lives? What's being trained to where when you see a threat, the first thing you do is go for your gun? That's not being trained. That's seeing a threat, I'm panicking, and I'm trying to make sure I'm straight. Yes, you did say the woman in the pink, the lady that was in the pink, you probably did save her life. But anybody with some common sense watching this, think about this. Oh, girl with that knife, if she really wanted to stab somebody, she would have did it. She came all the way out the drive-thru. She missed old girl on purpose. Watch the video. She missed on purpose. You see the girl that was on the ground. She could have just jumped on top of her on the ground. She came out there and she missed her. She turned back around. She ran toward old girl. I don't think she was gonna stab her, but me thinking it's not saving nobody's life. I'm just going off what I see every day where I come from. If somebody was gonna stab you, they would have did it. Running on you and making you fall on the ground and missing you with a whole knife in my hand, then while you on the ground, I'm gonna turn around and go run towards somebody else. Now, it's two fatal mistakes that I see in this video. The first mistake is Khia running out there with that knife when she seen a police officer. I know she seen those police officers, so I don't know if she had a mental illness or if she just was that mad. I think she just was that mad. You know how a female situation can get, especially with all this new music going on right now. It ain't no respect for cops. It ain't no love for cops. It's none of that. So you get into a altercation with somebody, you talking about you gonna call the police? Oh, call them. I'm ready to cut up. I'm gonna cut up even more when they come. You know how people act. That's exactly what she was doing. But she didn't have it in her mind that that police officer was gonna shoot her. She ain't think that. Not in a million years, she did not think that. You can even look at the look on her face when she did get shot. She didn't think that. Now the second mistake in this video is the brute force. You bringing a gun to a knife fight. Now imagine if you would have had less impactful rounds, a shock round, a sandbag round, something, a round that could have hit her and did the same thing instead of killing her. You mean to tell me you can come out with all this technology, you can come out with cars that you can plug a charger to a car, you come out with all these great technology, all these great apps, but you can't come out with less brute force to stop a threat? Especially a 16-year-old girl? Now keep in mind, I don't know how old people is when I just pull up on the scene and I see people. That's true. But keep in mind, you already had it in your mind from the phone call of what was going on. The voices. Like right now, you can hear my voice and probably get a good representation of probably how old I am. You probably be out about 5 or 6 years. But just listen to somebody's voice and just, if you trained, you're supposed to be trained for these things. So once again, two mistakes I see. The one is her running out there with the knife because she was angry. She just probably didn't care. Two is the police officer not having enough training and common sense, or having a third gun besides the taser and the actual gun the police be using. Have another gun or have some less impactful rounds in your clip to know, okay, well, I'm dealing with a less threat. This is a females. You know, when you're a police officer, I mean, these are things that you gotta know. These are things that you're supposed to be trained, not people like me who come and just watch the video and try to, put my input on it. I mean, if y'all, all these people that go to Harvard and all these colleges and stuff like that, why is it always people like me at the bottom of the pyramid who are able to go and watch this stuff and look at it from a different point of view and can really see what's going on? The same thing with the George Floyd situation. I really don't even want to bring that up. They try to go all the way around the bush about he had fentanyl in his mouth, and that's why he won't get in the back of the police car and all that. Man, I don't care if you was a criminal. I don't care what your background is. Nobody deserves to die. Not with brute force by the police. Your job is not to call judgment on the civilian people. Your job is to just arrest people and bring them into custody. Now, if your life is threatened, if your life is threatened, somebody coming towards you and you have no choice, by all means, do what you got to do. But it has to be another way to start dealing with civilians, man. It can't be all the time. Police pull up. The only thing that you have on your side is a taser and a gun. That's all you have to stop the threat? Come on, man. Be real. We living in 2021, bro. I told myself I was done talking about police brutality and talk about things like that, but it seems like I'm not. Because every time I pick my phone up, you see the police shooting down an unarmed person, or they shooting somebody who could have been prevented with less impactful rounds. I'm not saying that white people not getting killed by police officers. I'm not saying that. They probably are. But they're not showing it on TV. You don't see it. When you wake up in the morning, do you see, black officer made a mistake and pulled the wrong gun instead of pulling the taser and shot white man? You don't see that. It's always the white person making a mistake, using the wrong gun, using the wrong taser, using brute force situation when they don't have to. Man, it's getting ridiculous. And I don't even have a big platform, but I feel like I had to represent for Khia. I really do. Even though there's 1,001 situations going on, I know it's going to have somebody say, oh, what about this happened in Chicago? What about this? What about that? You absolutely right. But sometimes, bro, certain things just hit you different than others. It's keeping it real, man. And when I watched this video, I didn't watch the other one. I watched this one. And what I'm saying is this. Could have been anybody. And what I'm saying, if you are trained, just like a soldier is trained to go to war, just like a boxer is trained to get in the ring. That's why a boxer can't fight a civilian, right? If a boxer or Mike Tyson go fight a civilian, he going to jail. Why? Because his hands is deadly weapons. How your hands become deadly weapons? Because you train with them. So you got enough common sense to know, okay, this person can't fight better than me, or I should avoid this, or this, or that. These are kids that's out here arguing and fussing and fighting. You should have enough common sense to know how to handle that. Instead of having to pull your gun, shoot the girl. Now this girl is all over the news. Y'all calling the girl a criminal. How you think this girl mama feel waking up in the morning, seeing her little girl all over TV? Seeing that little girl all over TV, bro. You know, like I said, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm gonna be dropping daily content. I feel like I had to really just come and represent for it, bro, because it really touched me. Hey, man, shout out to the family, Khia, Bryant. We out, man. Let's keep representing for each other, man. However you gotta do it, bro. Bring awareness to anybody that's around you about this police brutality, bro. I'm not picking sides, but they making us pick sides. We out till the next time. Peace, boo. Rest in peace, baby.